Right, here we go. Salute to Knicks Nation on this Friday night. 20K subscribers in. And we have another transaction. Leon Rose is making quick work in his duties as president, as Alonzo Church has been waived, and Theo Pinson, the former net, has been signed. So how do we feel about this? On tonight's episode, I'm going to give you some reasons why I think this transaction went down, in particular with ISO. I want to hear from you guys. Call us up 657-383-1509. And we got two giveaways for the fans tonight to celebrate 20K. Just my appreciation for the fans, just to show my appreciation. So thanks a lot. So anyway, let's get into it, man. ISO is gone. How do you guys feel about it? I'm not too pleased with it, to be honest with you. I thought this was a kid that obviously came onto the scene hot and heavy last season. You know, undrafted, had an outstanding summer league along with Kevin Mitch. It was the surprise of the offseason last year. And certainly deserved his contract. Signed a 2-year deal worth $3.5 million and earned his way in. You know, ISO, he was a microwave, instant offense off the bench. Almost hit a 50-40-90 slash line last year and got it cooking. So what happened? Question is, what happened? And here's what I think. Number one, let's go to the play. Obviously, they don't call him ISO for nothing. You know, like I said, he's an instant offense guy. A lot of you can say that, you know, held on to the ball too much, was a ball stopper. You know, another area that I thought he needed to work on was, while he was an efficient scorer, I didn't think he was an efficient shot taker. Meaning, while, yes, he almost shot 50% from the field last season, it was always a lot of over dribbling. Always a lot of extra moves, a lot of wasted shot clock just to get his shots off and score. So I didn't really think he was an efficient shot taker, and certainly something that he needed to work on. Defensively, he wasn't there. You know, defensively, he was not there. I think we can all see that. He left a lot to be desired. And so when you combine those things with the fact that, you know, he didn't really get others involved, it wasn't a surprise that this move was made. Now, it was interesting what happened earlier in the beginning of this season was the fact that he started that game in San Antonio when David Fizdale would not commit to the starting point guard even up until game time. And then all of a sudden, you know, we thought it was between Frank, Elfrid Payton, and DSJ. And now it was ISO that got the nod, and it was just out of left field. He got the start, didn't play too well in the beginning, and basically you never heard from him again until basically garbage time in any type of game where the Knicks were getting washed. So what happened there? Fizdale gets fired. Same thing with Mike Miller. No playing time. No playing time whatsoever. So what I can tell you from what I know from people close to the situation, he wasn't happy here. Obviously, he wasn't happy with the lack of playing time. He wasn't happy coming in garbage minutes. He was not happy with that at all. And while he you know, portrayed to be a good citizen on the bench, I think he did his best. Clearly, he wasn't happy. And I think he let that be known, and the organization knew that. And so I don't think the timing of this transaction is coincidental. I think maybe they're looking to allow him the opportunity to maybe pick up with the team going down to Orlando, give him a chance to, you know, be an end of the rotation guy. Some guys are not going to Orlando with their teams. So maybe this was a make right, an act right by the front office to give this kid a chance to go down to Orlando. Now, was the relationship with Katie a factor in it? Possibly. You know, we know he and Katie were close. We know that he had been working out with some Nets players in the offseason, past offseason. Could that have factored in? Was Mills and Perry being petty? Not so sure, but anything's possible. I wouldn't be surprised if he landed with the Nets. I'll tell you that right now. I would not be surprised if he landed with the Nets. We also know that, from what I was told, he was involved in the trade rumors to the Lakers when Marcus Morris for Kuzma swap was being discussed. So clearly, the Knicks really didn't see much of a future with ISO Zoe here. And so I pointed to the play, pointed to potential attitude issues. Now, the contract, like I said, ISO signed a 2-year, $7 million deal last year. He was slated to be a restricted free agent coming into this offseason. In order for him to become a restricted free agent, the Knicks would have had to have issued him a qualifying offer, which would have been in the range of $4.5 million. Now, if you look at his lack of playing time this past season, you look at the fact that the Knicks, with 3 draft picks coming into this thing, and who knows what, the trade market or the free agent market may hold for them, there's going to be some more guard additions. So, again, this was not a surprise to me that Trier was not going to be retained because, like I said, they're not going to pay him $4.5 million to not play. And like I said, with all likelihood that either by the lottery or, that mid-round pick, they're going to come out of this draft with a guard, you would think. On top of the fact that the backcourt is already loaded in terms of just bodies. When you factor in Frank, you don't know what they're going to do with Peyton. They have DSJ, who's still on the contract. You don't know what they're going to do with him. Right? Jad Harper, he's G League. He's 2-way contract, but he'll be G League for the most part. So it's just crowded. Backcourt is crowded. So with $4.5 million coming his way, there was no way they were going to keep him. On top of the fact that obviously he wasn't happy with the playing time. And made it be known. He made it be known. Let's just be real. They weren't going to keep him. They were not going to keep him. So, and then on top of that, free agency. Free agency did him in. With the acquisitions of Wayne Ellington, the acquisition of Reggie Bullock, again, the acquisition of Elfrid Payton, the backcourt was crowded. The backcourt became crowded. And those free agent acquisitions, they weren't here to become back end of the rotation players. Steve Mills' plan B was to sell Dolan that his plan B acquisitions would field a competitive roster that could win some games. So with that being said, the edict from the top down was going to prioritize those free agent acquisitions over a guy like ISO Zoe. And so, those are basically all my factors why this deal went down. So what do you guys think? Are you guys disappointed? Some of you guys say no big deal. Some of you guys are tight. I'm waiting to hear from Ari. He's out to dinner right now. We're gonna hear from Ari though eventually, and get his thoughts on it. What do you guys think, man? What do you guys think? So to everybody in the chat, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. I definitely want to shout out my guy Michael Parker with the $120 super chat. This guy's been holding us down since day one. And I can't thank you enough, man. Can't thank you enough. Definitely appreciate all the love since day one, man. Appreciate everybody for supporting us, holding us down since day one. We got 624 people in the chat right now talking ISO Zoe Theo Pinson transaction. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. If you're new in the chat, leave a hashtag new as well. I'm going to salute everybody. I want you guys to sign up for this giveaway, and it's going to serve for 2 purposes. Number 1, I need all of you in this chat right now to join our mailing list, right? YouTube is a big platform, is very well established, but you just never know in terms of social media when things change. I want to be able to have a way to contact you should we change platforms. We're not going to change platforms, but any news, we may come up with a newsletter. We want to share some videos. Sometimes you don't get the YouTube notifications. Please, please, please sign up for the mailing list with the correct email address. Definitely need that. And like I said, I want to continue to build that mailing list so that I have a way to get in contact with you guys. Should any, big news or any changes take place, we can still keep that network, keep the community going. All right, so the mods, Dave has the link. Dave will throw the link in the chat throughout the night. So make sure you guys click on that link, fill out the form, because that's how you're going to be able to participate in the giveaway. And tonight's giveaway is going to be two things. Number one, we're going to do, we always give away the snapbacks. Got this crispy one right here, brand new, fresh with the tags, with the sticker on it. Going to give away this snapback, crispy snapback, to a winner. And since we hit 20K, I got an authentic Kevin Knox jersey here for one lucky fan as well. So we're going to do two giveaways, a snapback and the authentic Kevin Knox jersey, all with the tags. No Fugazi, no Tim Thomas joints in here. You know how we do. And yeah, that's what we're going to do to commemorate 20K. So definitely appreciate everybody for your support. Before we get to the phones, let me acknowledge some more super chats that came in. Gregory Castillo, thanks for the super chat. He says 20K. Thank you, Gregory Castillo. Grown Simba in the building. He says congrats on hitting 20K CP. Grown Simba, appreciate you for sticking around with us for a while. You've been a day one as well. I want to shout out Gray V, $5 super chat. He says without a doubt something went on behind the scenes with ISO Zoe. Yeah, I think you're right. Based on what I know, I think it's accurate to say that. Angel Rosario, he says your homie from at MLB. Oh my God, from the MLB studio. Keep up the magnificent job. Appreciate it. Definitely appreciate that. Shaquille Madison sends a super chat, says like how you got the 20 jersey for 20K. It's only right, man. It's only right. I know some of you guys might not be so high on Kev, but hey, you never know. You know what I mean? If he turns into an all-star, you're going to remember this night. K sends us a $10 super chat. Salute to K. Above the Rim, $5 super chat says, we could not add ISO to a trade package. We will be trading pieces like Pinson come draft night. Congrats to 20K from a day one. Above the Rim, always appreciate it. Thanks for all the love. Shout out to Chris Eftham. $10 super chat. Appreciate it, Chris. And Payback Carter, my guy Payback Carter, another day one, sends us a super chat as well. So Payback Carter, appreciate it. Says congrats on 20K. Definitely appreciate it, man. Now, Theo Pinson comes out of the Nets organization. 2 years out of the Nets organization, out of UNC. Former Tar Heel 6'5" shooting guard. Hasn't played well with the Nets. Let's just be real. Numbers are nothing to write home about at all. Really not even worth mentioning. 29% shooting. Average like 4 points a game and 3 rebounds. That's improved with the Long Island Nets. Shooting numbers have, gone up a little bit for the Nets. Based on the guys that I've talked to from David Zenon, Spencer, Perlman on Twitter as well. They look at him as a solid defender and an underrated playmaker. I talked to Pooch. Pooch says he's a culture guy. He's a locker room guy. I guess you guys must have seen all the, the dancing and all that the Nets do. I don't watch the Nets game, so I don't know what's going on with them, but all the dancing and whatever, I guess that was Pinson. So, some people compare him to like a Lance Thomas clone. I don't know how accurate that is, but, obviously, yeah, he's not going to blow you away talent-wise. They do have a $1.7 million team option on Theo Pinson. So what Bobby Marks was saying on Twitter is it could be a potential trade piece. Never know. But the Knicks will have a couple months to decide whether or not they're going to pick up the option and move forward. So there you go. Not really, nothing to write home about in my opinion, but we'll see. Two back end of the rotation moves. Obviously, I thought ISO was a guy that potentially could have had a higher ceiling. We'll see where he ends up. Like I said, don't be surprised if he ends up in Brooklyn. Let me shout out to Team Hashtag News in here. Danero Rivera, Team Hashtag New. What's going on? Who else we got in here? People say this dude's a scrub. Yeah, listen, I'm not gonna write home about Pinson. you know. But hey, you know, if he can get the locker room together, sure. Demetrius K. Martinez, my guy, Demetrius. $2 super chat, £2 checking in from London, UK. So definitely appreciate Demetrius checking in late over there in London. 2 a.m. checking in, but definitely a fan of the show. So Demetrius, appreciate it. And yeah, everybody, all team hashtag news, definitely appreciate it. Let's go to the phones. Thanks to my guy Ron Cleveland checking in. Hang on, Ron.
Man.
Ron, what's going on, man?
CP.
How you feeling, bro?
Man, hey, I'm feeling good, man. This ISO thing, I can give you a little bit of insight on Theo Pinson, man. I'm a Tar Heel through and through.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I watched him at North Carolina, and one thing I can say about him, he was a better college ball player than he is pros.
Okay.
But one thing he was in college is he was definitely a good defender, and could rebound. He could do a little bit of everything. You know what I mean? He ain't gonna wow you, but he ain't gonna kill you. He won't be the reason you lose a game.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
He's a smart player.
Yeah, high IQ player is what they're saying. High IQ player.
But the thing I'll say about this ISO thing, what this really turned the lights on for me with, is that ain't nobody on the roster safe, other than Barrett and Mitch. I'm telling you right now, my gut instinct is telling me nobody else is safe, because if you need scoring, ISO is a guy that can score. You know, I mean, let's talk about the fact, you know, they say the guy had an attitude problem. I would have an attitude too if coming into my second year with the team, and I was one of the better players on the team in my first year, and I ain't getting no burn. Yeah, I would have a problem too. So I don't knock ISO for that, but this really lets me know that New York, we getting ready to do something big, man. And as a New York fan, I'm gonna just sit back and enjoy the ride with Wild Wild West. You heard me? I'm gonna just sit back and enjoy it, because something's coming, and we're gonna be happy about it. But I have to say this before I get off, CP.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you heard that bum Max Kellerman.
No, I don't watch that.
When they were talking about the Wild West signing, and he was trying to have something negative to say, but he didn't go all out with all the fervor like he normally has. You know what I mean? And all this, man. But Stephen A., he talked it up good. Jay Will talked it up real good. So, you know what I mean? Everybody know Wild Wild West.
Yeah.
His pedigree. It's good days for the Knicks, man. And if anybody knocking that signing, you just a Knicks hater, man. And that's all it's. Anybody we sign, we could have signed LeBron James and people would be here. So that's what it is, man. Hey, Knicks fans, brighter day ahead, man. We in the driver's seat.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Ron. Definitely appreciate you, OG. Have a great weekend,
yes,
man.
Sir.
Glad
by
to
the way,
hear from you.
congrats on that 20,000, man.
Yes, sir. Yes. Hey, we gonna make those man shirts, man. I've been busy trying to juggle everything. We're gonna get those shirts cracking, man.
And CP, I'm gonna get with you in the month of August, man, because I got something I've been thinking about doing. So I'm gonna touch bases with you, man. And but yeah, I'm gonna be looking forward to it. I'm gonna get in touch with you, man.
Got you, man. Got you, Ron. Appreciate you, brother. Have a good weekend, man.
All right, you too.
Yes, sir. That was Ron Cleveland. Only right that Ron was the first caller, man. Only right that Ron was the first caller. We gotta get the shirts going, man, and we definitely gotta get the shirts for sure. I've been slacking. I can't lie to y'all. I've been slacking. And Ron talked about World Wide West. I don't watch First Take. There's nothing against them. I can't take. All due respect to Stephen A. I respect him a lot. I can't take them like Max Kellerman for the entertainment value. I don't watch, so I didn't know what they were saying. But Starberry had some interesting things to say. I don't know if you guys heard this from Steph. But I posted this on the channel. Steph had some interesting things to say about West as well, man.
Come on, man. At New York Knicks. Did you really just now bring worldwide sucker to the New York Knicks? And I ain't talking about a sucker like the sucker we call a sucker. Really? You brought this dude here? Why? I'm a real New York Knicks fan. I've been a New York Knicks fan since I was a spit. Come on, Dolan, man. You gotta be kidding me, man. You brought this dude here? Really? What's going on, man?
Steph was tight. I don't know.
There's gotta be an explanation. Not him. Out of all people, you bring this dude here? You bring him to NYC? To New York? He don't got no credibility here. Nah.
Yeah. Hey, man, I don't listen. Clearly, something personal has happened between Wes and Steph and Dolan, and when Isaiah was here and the whole circus was going down. So there's some personal animosity there, you know, if you can't tell from the video. Obviously, Steph wasn't specific, but there's more to the story there. I don't think Steph would just, you know, come out with that. He didn't say nothing about Leon Rose. He went specifically at Wes. So there's something personal. OMN in the chat says that sounded personal. I would have to agree with you. That definitely sounded personal. You know, it's interesting because Rasheed Wallace also came out against the Worldwide West hire as well. Him and Bonzi were on an interview with CBS Radio, and basically what he was saying was, in terms of Leon Rose and Wes, how do they deal with potential agents that they may have burned on the way to getting other clients while they were on that side of the table? You know, everybody kind of looks at Wes and Rose, and from what we've heard on the good side of things is they're relationship builders. They have great reputations around the industry. Players love them, blah, blah, blah. But she came up with the point that, you know, what about the other agents? You know, and that side of the thing, that side of the coin in terms of, you know, bridges that were burned and, you know, agents getting spurned over prospects, so on and so forth. I mean, it's something to consider. It's definitely something to consider. You know, I don't know what Steph's reasoning was, but I think Sheed's perspective should also be taken into consideration. But then I think he was talking about the fact that, you know, the players won't respect these guys from a development standpoint. But I think that's more so in the coaching. We got to figure out who they're going to land as a coach first before we can, you know, decide, you know, are they good in terms of in developing these players? You know what I mean? So, but I think from the relationship issue that he had, I think it could be valid. We don't know. It could be valid. So we'll see. Proof will be in the pudding, and we'll see how these dudes cook. But like I said, on paper, I was okay with the moves that Leon Rose has made. Let's see how the roster shapes out, because that's where he will be judged at the end of the day. We got 766 people in the chat. I need 766 thumbs up in the chat. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. And for those of you that are new in the chat, remember these shows are available in audio podcast format. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Amazon Alexa, and Stitcher. So if you don't make the videos live, you could always catch it in audio podcast format, especially for my guys on the road, the truck drivers, the Uber drivers, everybody people are starting to go back to work now with coronavirus. So remember, you know, these shows are always available in all different types of formats for your convenience. All right. So cheers to everybody on 20K, man. I don't know if you guys are sipping on anything. Poured up a little glass of whiskey to get it cracking. Dave and TM should be distributing the link to the mailing list. To sign up for the mailing list. Please sign up for the mailing list for two reasons. Number one, I need a way to remain in contact with you guys just in case. And number two, to participate in tonight's raffle. Like I said, we got a snapback going out. And we got the number 20 Knox jersey. And all these pieces were donated by another Day One fan, my guy Shells Heavy. When we first started this channel, he said, yo, I want to support you guys in a major way. And donated these items. And he said, yo, you can keep some, do whatever you want. I said, nah, you know what? I want to give these back to the fans as a way to say thank you for the support. So definitely want to say thanks to Shells and thanks to everybody for supporting. All right, let's get back to the phones. DJ Cash up next. How you feeling?
Hey, I'm feeling great, man.
Good, man. What's your points tonight?
Well, basically, when you look at the long-term plans for the Knicks, I don't think Trier was really a part of it. You made reference to his attitude. He probably had some issues there. But also, too, when you look at the fit in reference to personnel, a lot of, like, him and Dotson, a lot of, they're about, like, the same size, equally did the same thing.
I told you guys on the season preview that Trier and Dotson was going to be on the
I
outside.
wish him the best and wherever he goes.
Yeah.
But I don't think he was a part of the long-term plans, and hopefully this Pinson, as regards to this signing, I think, the fact that it's a team option, they don't even really have to sign the guy. Like you made reference to the fact that he may be part of a package, so I don't think that move is something long-term. But yeah, in regards to Trier, it may be some people sad to see him go, but, I wish him the best. I don't think it was a long-term fit.
I didn't see it either, and appreciate the call, Cash. I didn't see it either. Unfortunately, like I said, I wanted to see this kid get an opportunity, man. I was in this kid's corner from he got here. You know what I mean? You need guys that can get buckets, no doubt about it. Obviously, yes, he was flawed. Defensively, certainly wasn't the best playmaker in terms of getting others involved. Wasn't the most efficient shot taker. But I thought, we should have had him in here to work through those kinks and see where he ended up. This is a guy that I look at as Lou Williams prototype, similar to Lou. Lou Williams came in with similar flaws, and I think as he's gotten older and matured in the league, he's become more of a reliable option at the one while still being a microwave and being able to get you that instant offense. And I thought we should have been working with ISO to correct those things. But I did say that in the season previews that we did, for those of you that was watching from way back when, I said ISO and Dotson are going to be the odd guys out with this new influx of free agents. And that's what happened. ISO's minutes was basically non-existent, and Dotson's minutes were highly inconsistent. So, unfortunately, that is the, that's the issues with the business. Not the issues, but that's just that's just the business. That's just how it goes. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, I don't see much of a future with Pinson. Much more than a back of the rotation guy. But we'll see. Maybe he continues to improve in Westchester with Harper, with Kenny, with Iggy, whoever else comes here in the draft. We'll see. Well, we shall see. I mean, again, nothing wrong with a glue guy of Pinson's ilk. Nothing wrong with a glue guy. Certainly, if he can turn into a 3-and-D guy, even better. But right now, we need guys that can get some buckets, man. Let's be honest. Like, right now, we looking like the New York Bricks. I mean, let's just be real. There's nobody on this team that can say, this is the guy I want the ball in his hands in crunch time to get me a bucket. Hopefully RJ can turn into that guy. But right now, we just don't have that guy, man. We need guys that can make plays. So, we'll see, man. Work in progress. Absolutely work in progress. Again, the mailing list raffle link is going in through the chat. So, salute to everybody in the chat. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. We've now hit 810. 810 people watching right now. TM, make sure you get a clip of that right now. So we could post that on the IG. 810 people tuning in right now. Appreciate it, people. That's all I can say, man. Thanks for the support. Everybody from Team #New, appreciate you. I saw someone else threw a #New, but sometimes the chat goes so fast, I lose it. And so if I didn't get to shout you out, just know I definitely appreciate all the new subscribers. Make sure all the new viewers, make sure you're also a subscriber because it's free to do so. Who else we got in here? Super chats wise. The J. Caleb Show sends a super chat. He says, drop cheer for a cheerleader. Yeah, supposedly all them dances the Nets were doing was like some viral stuff that picked up. I don't know. I wasn't into it. Samir is here, says, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Congrats, CP 20K. It's real. We lost Trier for a bench dancer. So the fan base is not too pleased. Danny Thomas, solid passer for a big guard with a nice feel for the game. Pinson average 4.6 assists per 40 minutes, only 2 turnovers, as he did a nice job finding the open man, especially on the interior. So goes along with what Spencer and David Zenon were saying in terms of him being an underrated playmaker, high IQ guy, a glue guy, always knows where to be on the court. Again, nothing wrong with having those guys. Nothing wrong with having those guys in terms of balancing your team. But I feel like we have some of those guys already. And so I want him to get a little bit more firepower in here, man. Definitely want him to get a little bit more firepower. But this guy can improve on his three-point shot. Hey, why not? Bring him on board. NY Sports Guy says Stephen A. tried to jump back on the bandwagon. Oh, what did he? I think probably with the West hire. I'm sure he did. Gravy says Starberry's Instagram Live might be the greatest thing on the internet. Yeah, Starberry's a trip. Starberry's definitely a trip, man. But, you know, salute to Steph anyway. Michael Parker sent $5 super chats to trade Kevin Knox. He's still in the Knox brigade. I think Kev will be here, but never know. You know, like Ron Cleveland said, it seems like Leon is intent on shaking things up, at least from the back end side of things. So we'll see what happens. And Wade E, appreciate the super chat from Wade E. All right, back to the phones. Let's go to New Jersey. Alder's up next. Alder, how you feeling?
Hi, bro. Yeah, congrats on the 20K subscribers.
Thank you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I just want to add on the Stefan Marbury and World Wide West beef because I've connected the dots. I was listening to the Michael K show the other day, and Larry Brown was the guest. And Brown told the story that he and World Wide West are tight. He was influential in his connection with Allen Iverson, and also instrumental in his tenure at Detroit. So that's why, I guess maybe that's why Marbury has a beef with World Wide West, because of he had a public dispute with Larry Brown when he was at the New York Knicks.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair, you know, and when you see Larry Brown coming out in support of it, like I said, something went down while all these guys were in the mix. Something went down while all these guys were in the mix, and Steph is not happy about it. You know, so good connections there by Alder, because Larry Brown did take some time to praise Worldwide West. And as we know, Worldwide West and Leon Rose have a long history at the Garden, representing their clients at CAA and helping get some of those guys to the Knicks. So these guys have been around for a while. They're just now here in an official capacity. So we'll see. We'll see, man. You never know. Some of you guys clowning Steph, he may end up being right at the end of the day. We'll see, man. We shall see. All right, who we got up next on the phones? Let's go to Angel from the Bronx. Wants to talk about the chair situation. Angel, how you feeling?
Yo, CP, what's going on, my guy? How you doing?
Hey, man, how you feeling, bro?
Everything's good, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Just a little quick point, man. I'm so excited, man, about the Rosies being in town. Worldwide West, Leon Rose, the Knicks are back. Forget about it. We're going big fish hunting. We're going to do it. We're going to be back at the Garden screaming defense. Brooklyn will never be a team in this city. It will always be the New York Knicks. The Rosies is in the building. That's what I got to say. Everybody have a good night. Go New York. Go New York. Go.
My guy, Angel, short and sweet. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it. You know, I met Angel on the way to the studio. Last summer, I think, or whenever we started using that studio. And he works at MLB. Their studio's in the same building. And I was just outside, and he was like, yo, Knicks Fan TV. And yeah, we just started building from there. So always been supporting us. Sometimes you just don't know, who's out there watching. But, had a chance to meet Angel a couple months back and, been a supporter ever since. So appreciate Angel for the call. He's quite optimistic, like Ron Cleveland, about these guys making moves. I'm going to say I'm cautiously optimistic about these guys making moves because I don't know if these guys are going to really be trying to quick fix this thing or expedite this rebuild. I'm a little nervous in terms of how they're going to go about doing it. So we'll see. We'll see. Like I said, these moves right now, they let Kadeem Allen go and picked up Harper. I don't mind that. Build out the farm system, see what Harper can develop into. We'll see. And bringing in Pinson in here, maybe he improves. A guy that can be a glue guy for you. Okay, fine, but let's work on getting some firepower in here. Let's definitely work on getting some firepower in here. So let's see how that plays out. Who else we got in the chats in here? Definitely wanted to shout out all the new subscribers. My guy Robert Paris in here. Salute to Robert Paris. Always in here. Anthony Paris says Brooklyn runs it. So we got Nets fans in here. All good. Nets fans are always welcome. If you are a Nets fan, leave some comments in there about Theo Pinson. Let us know what you think about Pinson. And because I know Pooch wasn't too high on him. Pooch was not too high on him. So Henny God says I like his energy. Yeah. he definitely brought it. He definitely brought it. Let's see who else is in the chat here. And Nice 718. NYCE 718 says new to the chat. Welcome NYC 718 for sure. And yeah, man, everybody hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Make sure to fill out the form. I need your contact for the mailing list. I need to be able to get in contact with you guys for anything, major events, anything. Definitely need to make sure that we have a way to contact you guys outside of YouTube, right? Everything about this thing is an independent movement. So we don't want to leave everything in YouTube and say something happens and we just lose all our contacts and everything. So please, you're not going to get any spam from us. Trust me, it's always going to be Knicks related stuff that you're going to get. So make sure you guys fill out that mailing list with the accurate email address so that we make sure we can get in contact with you and it's going to come in handy down the road. R&J Mythical Show says, CP, you're always there for this long haul. I like your connection to the community. Yeah, I mean, listen, this is what it's about, man. Let's be realistic. This team is a long ways away from being, even respectable. But this is my team. As you look behind me, the history's there. I've been here since the dunk. I've been here since Houston, Spree, and Canby, since Patrick was dominating Shaq. That was a long time ago, but when Shaq first came in, he had to get humbled first. You know what I mean? He looked up to the captain. And so that's just been my team. It just is what it is, man. It's sports. All your teams are not going to win. Now, luckily, I've been a Yankees and Giants fan myself, so I've had some wins. You know what I mean? I've been celebrating a lot of championships in my days. So I got patience with the Knicks. Some of you guys might call me crazy, but listen, I got patience. But, bottom line is, as he said, this is a community that we're building. I mean, look at where all these people are coming from. Frank Matos, my guy, checking in from West Palm. Throw your cities in the chat. You'll see for yourself. If you look at where, the people that we connect with on a global scale, that's what the community is about. And we have a Discord group. If you guys aren't part of the Discord group, please go to that as well. We have Twitter DM groups. We have Instagram as well. So we just, bring the people together. We have fun, respectable debates. And that's just what all it's about, man. So definitely join the Discord group. If you guys want to join the Twitter group, just hit us up on Twitter and share these videos. Very important to share these videos. A lot of you guys have been sending the super chats, and as I always say, the donations are helpful. Definitely helps cover overhead. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat that. We definitely have some overhead in running this show, but for those of you that financially you may not be able to support right now, Sharing these videos goes a long way. Text a Knicks fan, text a basketball fan, share this on social media. One person brings another person, and that's how it goes. That's what social networking is. That's what social media is. So it all adds up. All right. Enough of my spiel. Let's go to Brooklyn. Christian is up. Christian, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing, man? How's it going?
Good, man. What's going on?
Not much. I just wanted to talk about two things real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Something about, I don't want Knicks fans to get in hysteria about this Alonzo Church situation.
Yeah.
Only because when you look at it, and I don't know Theo, whatever his name is, but,
Mm-hmm.
you know, from what you're saying, he plays defense.
Mm-hmm.
The thing about Alonzo Church, a talented natural scorer. The problem with his was when he couldn't get his buckets going, like he was really a liability on the court defensively, and he had a few turnovers when he wasn't able to get the basket and the ball.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you know, for the Knicks, they probably seen what they seen out of him, and they know what he is. And he might be like a guy like Lou Williams, who's a late bloomer. You know, maybe a 27-year-old who really starts going off. And I think what they saw with this kid is that it's cheaper to get him, and his job is not going to be to score. So, you know, he's not going to kill you. He's going to play defense. He's going to help you. And when Alonzo Church couldn't score, he couldn't help you. I think that was the big thing about it.
That's very true.
This Leon Rose situation, for me, huh?
I said that's very true, but who's going to score?
No, I know that. But it's not like they were giving him playing time anyways. I think this works out for both the Knicks and Alonzo Church.
Yeah.
Alonzo Church gets to go somewhere where they probably have a role where he can come in and score, and he doesn't need to do anything else. But I think with the Leon Rose situation too, I watched that interview. It doesn't seem like Leon Rose is going to come in this year and make blockbuster moves. I think this is actually a rebuilding type of thing. So I hope Knicks fans are just ready for like at least 2 or 3 years before we see anything. That's all I wanted really to say.
I would say, and appreciate the call, bro. Definitely appreciate it. Appreciate it, man. I call it I would call it an aggressive rebuild. I would call it an aggressive rebuild. I think, they have the infrastructure internally in the front office to scout talent. I think they're going to continue to try to build this team in that regard through the draft. But make no mistake, their finger's going to be on that trigger to make a move should it come across the table. And rightfully so. I mean, that's how you build a team. You know what I mean? That's how you build a team. Can't always be through the draft. Look how many teams been building through the draft year after year, year after year. Phoenix Suns, Timberwolves, always there. Perennial lottery teams. Never materializes. You got to get lucky at some point. And that means, getting the right talent in the draft, getting lucky in the draft. And when you feel like you have one, maybe two players that you think can really turn this team around, is there a trade out there where you can, pair off some more assets and really hit the ground running? That's what the Raptors did. So I think it's part luck and part of it is being aggressive and taking calculated risks. Ujiri did that and it paid off tenfold for him. $20 super chat from Big Surge. He says he should have worked on his defense instead of reading love letters on the bench. I didn't hear nothing about that, but Big Surge, ISO Gonzo, 20 for 20. Appreciate it, Surge. Appreciate it. Andre says, please tell me the last team to win with a traditional rebuild, the Raptors. Last year. Raptors won it last year. Raptors was a traditional rebuild. Right? It took DeRozan, who was with them for years on years and years, and they flipped it to Kawhi Leonard with the pick that had belonged to the Knicks that the Knicks traded in the Bargnani trade. Jacob Fodel or whatever his name is. That's what happens. Raptors did it. You know what I mean? Raptors did it. Golden State. What do you mean? Golden State 3. They became a dynasty off of a proper build. Golden State did that. KD was just extra. KD was a free agent signing. They already had their infrastructure in place. You know what I mean? Golden State was already a traditional rebuild. KD was just overdosing. KD was just overkill. They just did that for ish and giggles. Cheers. You know, so it's possible, but you still got to get lucky. You still have to get lucky. Look at Philly. Let's take Philly, for example. Philly tanked and tanked and tanked. They got number one pick after number one pick after number one pick. And they fielded a good team, but it's just not enough to get them over. They just don't have enough. But they're there. They are right there, but they don't have enough. They're not going to win with that team. Yo, NBA is the hardest sport. I've been saying this. NBA is the hardest sport to field a championship team in all the sports. A lot of it is luck, man, in terms of getting the right talent, the game changers, the generational talents. Those are the guys that win most of the time. You know, the Detroit Piston types, the Raptor types. Yeah, those teams come around once in a blue. But it's the generational game changers, right? How many finals did we go through in the last 20 years that featured Kobe, Shaq, Tim Duncan, LeBron James, and then the Warriors? I just gave you 5 guys. Maybe 6. Kobe, Shaq, LeBron, Tim Duncan, and then the Warriors, say Steph. That's 5 guys. 5 guys. 5. That's it. This is tough, man. This is tough. Just because you got cap space and draft picks and so on doesn't mean anything until you can execute. Doesn't mean anything, man. Look what Ujiri did. He fired the coach of the year. Brought in Nick Nurse. Traded Toronto lifer, a king of the city, in DeRozan, a fan favorite. And then, you know, it paid off. That's a calculated risk. It was a huge risk. Part of that is luck. Black Bolt says, I don't think it's luck, it's good organization management. Yeah, in some regards. In some regards, it is. You know, in some regards, it is. Certainly, you have to do that to fill out your back end of the rotation. You gotta have the guys that fit the pieces to the puzzle for sure, absolutely. But it's the superstars that move this thing. You know what I mean? It's the superstars. It's the generational talents that really move this thing. And so that's where the Knicks want to be. We got some people looking for the mailing list links, and we got some people looking for the Discord links. So TM and Dave, if you can throw those in the chat, definitely do so. Cameron Goldberg says, do you think it's Dolan's fault? He needs to hire the right management? Yeah, absolutely. What'd he do? He brought in Isaiah. Isaiah mortgaged everything to put a young team out there that had potential. Listen, I liked what Isaiah. He brought in Steph. He brought in JC, Q Rich, Eddie Curry, who was, you know, on the rise at the time. But what he paid to bring all these guys in cost you a ton of cap space and a ton of draft picks. And at a certain point, you're looking at the highest payroll in the league with the worst record. It was abomination. You know what I mean? It was an abomination. Donnie Walsh came in and cleared all that up. But to do what? To go get LeBron. Then once they didn't get LeBron, what they do? They said, well, you know, the fans have been waiting for this. They've been waiting to turn this around. So they gave Mario all that money, uninsured, and then brought in Melo, traded the whole house for Melo. So they went backwards again. You know, I don't want to get back into the past 10 years of mismanagement, but that's how, you know, yeah, Dolan is at fault. Dolan is definitely at fault. J Giant 10 says, I thought Discord was a scam. Nah, Discord is not. It's just an app. Discord is just another social media app. There's no scam. It's not a website. It's just an app. How would you describe Discord? Similar to, I don't know, similar to nothing really. I mean, Discord kind of stands on its own, but just another way, kind of like a group chat. It's considered Discord like a group chat where people come through and you can share links. You know, we have links to everything, all our tweets, all our shows, everything. But then we also have, you know, the chat ability that you guys can kind of, you know, communicate with each other. So that's all Discord is. It's no, you know, that's all. There's no frills to it like that. Shout out Eugene McCain. He's team hashtag new. Lifelong Knicks fan since 1967. We have an OG in the building. I call those people the OGs, the people that have seen literally every good thing that has to do with the Knicks, including the 2 championships. So shout out Eugene. He's an OG. Let's definitely shout him out. And Eugene, I'm not sure if you saw the episode that we did, the roundtable that we did commemorating the 1971 championship team. But if you haven't, definitely check that out on the channel because it was good content. I sat down with some OGs like yourself, and one of which, my guy Jeff, who was actually at those games, front row when Willis Reed went down, front row when he came out the tunnel against the Lakers, and front row when they won the championship. So it was a great discussion that we had on that round table. So definitely check that out. Speaking of OGs, man, I woke up this morning and the family alerted me to the OG Chuck D, who was on the Jalen and Jacoby show. And here's what he had to say if you missed it.
Exclusive podcast content with none other than Chuck D. Chuck, we have a very simple question for you. What is up with your New York Knicks? We got Spike Lee. They're kicking him off the elevator. We're dragging Oakley out of MSG. What is going on with your Knicks?
I got to take the vernacular. I stay up with them with my man CP and JLs. They do KnicksFanTV. And I always, clue into them. So with the Knicks, I think, when you go into New York.
I need to hear that.
Exclusive podcast content with none other than Chuck D. Chuck, we have a very simple question for you. What is up with your New York Knicks? We got Spike Lee. They're kicking him off the elevator. We're dragging Oakley out of MSG. What is going on with your Knicks?
I got to take the vernacular. I stay up with them with my man CP and JLs. They do KnicksFanTV.
Let's go.
And I always, clue into them. So with the Knicks, I think, when you go into New York, Jay was there.
Hey, man.
Exclusive podcast.
Gotta salute the OG Chuck D for the shout out on Jalen and Jacoby. That's love right there, man. Definitely appreciate it, man. And, it's just one of those things when, you're building this platform up. And like I told this to JL as verbatim. I was like, because at first we weren't too sure where this was going and whether it was worth putting the time into. I just said, listen, never know who's watching, man. I said, just keep working. And things will come into fruition. And not that we do this thing for any type of recognition at all. Definitely not. We put a lot of work into it. And a lot of it is just based on our passion for the team and our passion as content creators. But I say that to say out of the blue, one day we checked Twitter and Chuck D was just repping the show. And from then on, we just been building a relationship with the rhyme animal. And he's been in our corner ever since. So I definitely want to shout out Chuck D. Tell him definitely appreciate all the support. And Chuck will be joining us. I spoke to him today. He's going to be joining us next Sunday. Not this Sunday. Next Thursday. Next Thursday. So next Thursday, Chuck D will be here with us to just wrap it up and chop it up and talk, man. The rhyme animal Chuck D will be in the building. Like I said, man, definitely appreciate all this guidance, all this support for the channel. And especially in these times, someone like him, he's needed on this show, man. His leadership is needed on the show. So looking forward to having Chuck D next Thursday. So make sure you guys tune in for that. Iller says, when is the Blockbuster announcement? Probably not going to be this weekend. We're still finalizing details on the announcement. But it's coming. Don't worry, the blockbuster announcement is coming. So definitely stay tuned for that. All right, let's go to Los Main. Make sure we're gonna do the raffle soon for the 2 giveaways. So make sure you guys fill out the form. Please, it's very important. Make sure you guys fill out the mailing list form for the raffle as well. All right, Los Main, what's going on? You up next?
Yo, what's up with you? Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear. Go ahead, bro.
Okay, I was gonna talk a little bit about Theo Pinson, but y'all already talked about that. I'm gonna ask you two little questions. I'm gonna hang up. I'm gonna ask you about. I asked you and Jay Ellis about a couple of months ago about James Wiseman, and y'all said y'all wasn't really feeling him because you got Mitchell Robinson. And I want to ask you, how would you feel if the Knicks drafted James Wiseman, and what that would mean for Mitchell Robinson? And my last one is I want you to give me your top 3 coaching candidates from 3 to number 1. Yeah. And that's all I had to say. Shout out to CP, Jay Ellis, Knicks Fan TV, Nick of Time Show, and I holla at you.
Los Main, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. I just don't know what this kid Wiseman can truly be at the next level. It's been a short sample size. He only played a couple of games at Memphis with Penny. I just don't know what he can be. What I do know is if I'm gonna keep Mitch, then the person that I want at the 4, he's got to be more of a stretch 4 for me. We need shooting, man. We have nobody that can reliably knock down a 3 right now. Julius came in shooting 40% from the field, and he regressed in that regard. So, Julius and Mitch wasn't the perfect fit. Julius and Portis was actually a better fit. But that's because Portis could have been more of that stretch guy. If we're going to have Mitch out there, we need the 4's got to be, more of a shooter type and rebounder. I don't know if that's Wiseman. I can't tell you that. I don't know. I'm not even going to speculate. You know what I mean? So right now, from what I've seen of Wiseman, he kind of reminds me of a Mitch prototype with a little bit more feel around the basket. You know what I mean? But I haven't seen him take his game outside on the arc, on the mid-range, and really be a guy that creates his own shot from those areas of the court. So, some of you guys think he's going to be a great player. Maybe, but I'd rather go somewhere else in the draft. To be honest with you, I'd rather go somewhere else in the draft. I would just rather go somewhere else in the draft. Somewhere on the wings or at the guard position. That's where I'm looking to go. Coaching candidates ranked. If he was serious about coaching, I would go Van Gundy 1. If he's not, then I'm going to go Atkinson. Then I would go Tibbs. And then I would go Woodson. Or maybe vice versa. I would go Atkinson, Woodson, Tibbs, if those were the realistic options. If Van Gundy was a serious candidate, which we haven't heard, he's clearly not. Van Gundy's not in the running. So, probably not even worth talking about. But if Van Gundy was a serious candidate, he'd be my number 1. But I like to go Atkinson from a development standpoint and maybe throw Miller in there as associate head coach from a defensive end. And that's where I would go. But clearly Van Gundy's not in the running for this job. So we have 11 candidates. And from what Leon Rose has said, the decision is going to be made within the next month or so. He said mid to end of July. So let's see how that goes. We've been waiting to hear from Ari. Ari's on a date right now. It's date night for Ari. So maybe I told Jay Ellis that we would come on Sunday. Just to do it like an AMA fan call in again. So I'm sure we'll hear from Ari at that time. Of course, he's Team ISO Zoe. And I'm sure I know for a fact. Before I even got a chance to post the ISO Zoe news, I had 3 serial texts from Ari with just straight profanity. He was tight. He was absolutely ballistic. Ari was tight besides himself. I said, Ari, man, you gotta relax, man. But I'll be live if you want to call in. But Ari's got plans. So, yeah. can't make it. But definitely appreciate everybody for calling in. So let's see how many people we got on the mailing list. I'm going to close the list soon. We got 93 people. So I'm going to close the list in about 2 minutes. So Dave, please post the link one more time. And then we're going to run the contest and see who's going home with a Knicks snapback. This is one of two prizes: the Knicks snapback and the authentic Kevin Knox jersey. And to celebrate 20K, man, we're gonna celebrate 20K. So definitely appreciate everybody for supporting the channel. Continue to do so. And yeah, that's all we ask, man. Just continue to support us in whichever way that you can. You know, Alex Collins says that poor woman got an earful at the dinner table. Yeah, Ari's poor girlfriend right now is probably like, who is ISO Zoe? And I hope I never meet this dude. You cheated on me with ISO Zoe. Yeah, man, Ari's poor girl is probably going through it right now with the stories. You know what I mean? OMN says, I'll take a Knox jersey. Well, sign up. Make sure you guys sign up. Shout out my guy Alex Collins checking in from Ireland in the building. He's been here since day one as well, man. We got 800 people watching right now. So to everybody on Facebook, I haven't checked the Facebook comments as yet, but definitely appreciate that. Reggie Jones in here. Salute Reggie Jones as well. Robert Parris as well. Let me make sure I acknowledge all the super chats that came in. Ivan LeBron says rookie front office New York won't let him grow. Big moves coming just to make a splash. Only chance we got is a coach that can develop talent. So Ivan's more on the pessimistic side. He thinks they're gonna go big fish hunting. I hope not, but I tend to agree with him. Rudd checking in. He said Brooklyn the borough, Knicks the squad. So he's got it right. Rudd's got it right. He's staying true to the orange and blue. And not letting the location sway him. I read Serge's comment already. Louis Luck, salute to Louis Luck for the super chat as well. $10 super chat. Let me see if I find your comment in the chat. Louis Luck, appreciate it. We got fireworks going off outside the house right now. Everybody just got their hands on fireworks this summer, man. It's a hot summer right now for fireworks. Can't find Louis Luck's comment, but Louis, I appreciate the support. All right, let me go ahead and shut down the list, if that's all we got. How many we got? Okay, more coming in, 129. All right, one more minute. I'm giving the list one more minute before we shut it down. Let's see what everybody else is talking about in the chat. Brady Nagel, Brady, what's going on? How you feeling? Andy wants the link, so Dave, please throw the link in there again, please. There it is. Andy, there goes the link in the chat. Yeah, we got 128. Very important. I see almost 800 people in here. Very important. If you're a fan of this channel, I need you to sign up for that list. Regardless if you want the merch or not, I want to be able to contact you guys outside of YouTube for any major news, any major events. You know, if we have any giveaways or anything, I want to be able to contact you guys outside of YouTube so that we can own that list and make sure that, you know, we don't lose anything should things change. Carter G. Hall says, my man CP Enthusiasm has transformed me into a Knicks fan again. Enjoy the content. Carter, appreciate it, man. Got a lot of content out here. Like I said, man, if you guys have not caught up on all our interviews, the interviews have been, listen, I'll let anybody in the chat talk about it. We just had Kenyon Martin on. Who we had before Kenyon? Raymond Felton, excellent interview. Charlie Ward. We had Chris Childs was the first one. We had Oakley on. Even that one was entertaining. And yeah, it was got a little testy, but it was great. The Xavier McDaniel interview has taken on a life of its own. Like, the X-Man interview is doing crazy numbers right now. Even the clips that I put on the channel is doing crazy numbers right now. So the X-Man interview is taking off. We talked to Langston Galloway about his start with the Knicks. I thought that was a great interview as well. Salute to Langston. We got some more on the way. we got some more on the way. So just stay tuned for that. But the X-Man interview was I think that might have been the winner for the fans, at least. I loved all of them. Rasheed Wallace, Above the Rim, had to remind me, Rasheed Wallace interview was a hit, man. So, like I said, we definitely appreciate all these guys for coming on, giving us their time. A lot of these interviews go into an hour, so these guys definitely give us our time. We appreciate that. We definitely appreciate that. All right, so let's shut down the list. We're going to shut it down. Appreciate everybody for participating. Continue to, even if you missed this, I'm going to post a link to this list in the video description once this show goes off. But I want everybody to continue to do so because, like I said, I want to be able to contact you guys outside of the show. All right, so let's get this cracking. All right, here we go. So we had, all right, 156. We got 2 more names to add. Oh, we got more names to add. All right. All right, hang on. Here we go. All right, that's it. 157 names. That's it. If you missed it, you missed it. 157 names. The list is now closed. List is now closed. All right. So we're going to, let me just share my screen. Make sure you guys know no fugazi business going on over here. No trickery. All right, here we go. Here go the names. So William Woodson, appreciate it. All right, first item up is going to be the snapback. All right, first item up. The winner of the snapback goes to Mamadou Murray Kamara. Mamadou Murray Kamara gets the snapback. So Mamadou Murray Kamara, Dave, just make sure you capture this name right here. Mamadou Murray Kamara wins the snapback. Congratulations. Oh, the Alan Hahn interview was definitely fire too. Salute to Han Solo for sure, man. Salute to Han Solo, man. All right, here we go. The Knox jersey coming up. Let's see if we got any more entries. I'll throw these last 3 entries in for the Knox jersey as well. All right, let's add these people in here for the Knox jersey. I'll throw you guys in there. All right, Knox jersey coming up. Here we go. Authentic Kevin Knox jersey. No fugazi business. All authentic. All right, we're gonna go with it. Who wants it? Who's gonna get it? The Kevin Knox jersey is going to Bruce E. Ramirez. Congratulations to Bruce. You are now the winner of an official Kevin Knox jersey. All right. Don't use it as a kitchen apron. This kid's on the rise. I'm telling you right now. Have some faith. Have some faith in Kev. All right. Bruce E. Ramirez. Dave, please capture that. Let's reach out to Bruce. Let's reach out to Mamadou. And let's get their respective addresses so we can get these out. Congratulations to Bruce. I'm telling you, Bruce. You're buying low right now. This kid's going to turn it around. Don't worry, man. Don't worry, man. You're buying low, but this kid's gonna turn it around, Bruce. All right? Don't use it as a dust. Don't dust the house with it. I want you to wear it with pride. All right? So, but yeah, that's the show, man. Appreciate everybody once again for tuning in. Cheers to everybody once again for 20K subscribers. Let's continue to grow this thing. Salute to everybody who tuned in, everybody who called in, and everybody that's been watching, man. Always appreciate it. The show goes nowhere without the fan support. And so, like I said, all I can do is thank you guys and in return do things like this to, return the favor. But like I said, I got something even bigger coming up on the way. I can't wait to unveil it, but we can't do it just yet. But Chuck D next Thursday, 9:30 p.m. The Rhyme Animal Chuck D joins us. Myself, Jay Ellis, in the building. So once again, salute to everybody, all the mods from day one on down. TM, Dave, Rome, Key Sinclair, Above the Rim, all you guys, man. If I forgot anybody, please, forgive me. I've been drinking, I haven't been eating, so I gotta eat some dinner. But definitely appreciate all the support. Definitely appreciate all the support and everybody for tuning in. Appreciate it, man. Make sure you guys catch up on all the older content. And I'll be right back for any breaking news. Check you guys next time. Peace. Marcus, welcome to the show, man. Peace.